Hi, everyone, and welcome to another one of my interviews for Startup Without Burnout. I have the honor and privilege of interviewing a friend of mine and someone who is actually sort of in the mix of her climb right now, which I thought was really important to show you all. Maybe someone that is still doing the climb and still grinding as hard as you will be very soon if you're going to go into business for yourself and really not hide from the good, the bad, and the ugly of a startup, because you've been hearing everything from people that are in multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. And I'm not saying that they don't have good things to say, because they absolutely do. And they are able to give you sort of what that vision is over the hill and over the crescent that you're looking to climb and to overcome. But I wanted to also show you somebody that is literally pushing on the grind now and is running a profitable business that she has just really taken in stride and has been in business for herself for a little bit less than 2 years and has been really on it and grinding and making the networks and doing everything that she needs to do so that you can get a real view of what you're about to embark on. So Maria Senin, founder of In Touch Chic, is a certified image consultant who works with professionals and entrepreneurs who are ready to own their spotlight, elevate their image, and become a magnet for their clients and customers through the power of their wardrobe and visual presentation. As an experienced merchandiser and part taker in developing seasonal apparel product lines for several multi-million-dollar retail corporations, coupled with her experience in the fashion industry ranging from lifestyle to editorial styling, Maria teaches influential individuals how to create effective, authentic, and memorable personal brands for themselves and the companies they represent. So she basically has coined the phrase how to always stand out with your style. Maria has received retail and fashion merchandising training from the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale and is a committee member with 100 Plus Women Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization that raises funds and awareness for local nonprofits. Maria has also volunteered her time at the Miami Mission Center, educating youth and women of all ages on the power of first impressions and healthy self-image in transforming their lives, which that's an amazing side project that I'm so going to ask you about, because when I heard what you did, it's awesome. She is also a proud board member of Suit Stilettos and Lipstick, and also a committee member with the 100 Plus Women Who Care Miami-Dade. Maria encourages women to think of their external image as their packaging and their internal self-image as their product offering. So if one's package is at odds with one's product, then the end result is not credible or authentic. So she is not fluff. She's not put the stilettos on and make yourself pretty. She really gets down to the heart of who you are and what you are aiming to present out to the world and how you want to be perceived, which is very cool. So to create a favorable, credible impression, there must be an alignment of one's inner beliefs with their outward appearance. And Maria incorporates all of these components in her work with women, so the end result is a unique visual presentation that is effective, authentic, sustainable, that's good, and original, so that their presence has purpose. Maria, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Oh my God, thank you. This is so cool. I love hearing everything that you're saying. I'm like, oh my God, really? That's a lot.
Yeah, you do a lot. And I'm really excited about what we're going to be emailing to everybody for you as well a little bit later. And we'll revisit that because I think it's going to leave a mark for a lot of people and resonate. So I just want to jump into it because you really are, I mean, you're profitable, you're in business for yourself, you're making it work, you're grinding, but you aren't at that level yet. And I want to make sure that people really are connected, not just with what is to come, but what it's going to be. So how did the path start and how did you become a business owner?
So really my whole dream and passion started about 6 years ago. Once I really found self-love, identity, and purpose. And so then this whole idea and desire to build a business or a service to serve women, to empower them through identifying and who they truly are with their wardrobe, right? And so this whole business idea just came. In Touch Chic was born then with the purpose to influence women, to allow them to really get in touch with their true inner image, and then explore what that is. And if it's not such a good inner image, then change that around and make it a great, wonderful inner image, so that then it could be projected on the outside along with the wardrobe and style that we put together to identify and serve them and allow them to brand themselves.
Got it.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that was 6 years ago. And I know that what you had done previously is you were a stylist basically on commercial sets and retail, and to the stars and to people that were of influence. What brought you to a point where you were going to just do it for yourself and to focus on women that were maybe just high-end corporate, or needing a stylist because they needed to basically become icons in their industry?
Okay. Yeah. So let's go back a little bit. So my first jobs, when I started, I worked in retail, right? So I've always been passionate about clothes. I've always, since a little girl, the way I looked on the outside gave me the confidence that I was lacking in the inside, and really allowed me to be able to go out and make friends and whatnot. So I was always into clothes, always loved, putting outfits together, looking great and fabulous. But like I said, I lacked a lot of confidence on the inside. And so when I decided to pursue, once I got the discovery after 6 years, I decided that I was going to go back to school. And then I went to school for fashion, got a degree in fashion merchandising. And during that time is really when my experience and my career went, I took that to the next level. So I started working with a stylist in the industry. I did my internship with her, and right after, she hired me as her assistant, and I was exposed to amazing experience working with, models and, just models, and doing a lot of editorial, lifestyle, photo shoots and different stuff. But, and that was fabulous. I loved it all. It was great. And then right after, but what I realized after was that, I love the fashion industry. I love what we can do and how we can make ourselves look and feel, right, with what we can do on the outside. But that wasn't really fulfilling my passion to inspire real women. And when I'm talking about real women, it's just the real world, right? The everyday person, not so much creating these beautiful looks and settings and whatnot for the TV and the industry itself. And then right after, that's when I decided to go into In Touch Chic. But then also during the time as I was building In Touch Chic, I had the opportunity to get into the manufacturing, apparel, line development. And so, again, I loved all that. I continued to build my knowledge about garments and manufacturing and developing lines and working with different, retail stores. And but then again, that wasn't fulfilling my passion.
Got it.
And then right after, and so, once I decided that I was just really gonna move forward with what really filled me and what I was passionate about and my purpose, then, I believe 2 years ago, then, that right after, I just decided that I wanted to work with women who were making a difference. And not necessarily that I'm calling out, moms and another, people that fill other roles and whatnot, but I just wanted to be part, since In Touch Chic is part of allowing you to step to the best version of yourself, to impact, and not only to make a difference in your life, but in others around you. I just thought that, at that moment, it was like business women, entrepreneur women, just like me. We're everyday women, we're moms, we're wives, or we're ex-wives, or whatever that is. But yeah, and then that's how I really niched down to who I really wanted to serve.
Very cool. I love that. And on top of that, I'm going to revisit your altruistic work, if it were. I know that you've got a couple of causes, but the one that was really exciting to me was the one where you are actually helping rehab women that have been through it, because you've had a very interesting past as well. And you've seen it all, and you haven't given up on them. And it's all about it's not styling themselves, it's styling their future, which is.
So can we get a little bit into my story? Is that, and then how we can get into this?
I would love to. I don't know how comfortable you are with that, but I would love to.
I share my story from stage, so why not share it here? Absolutely. So let's just go back a little bit. So I came to this country at the age of 8. I'm originally from Colombia, came with my parents, really right after. It was a big change, of course, change of language. I was 9 or 8 at the time. And so I felt like I had been taken out of my comfort zone completely. Like our life, everything just was different.
Yeah.
And so right after my parents, unfortunately, they went through a divorce. They had been having problems. And so that itself had a big impact on me, just because I was already feeling really insecure. I didn't have the attention that I wanted at the time. And these are all things that I'm able now to sit back and realize why was it that I did and how things evolved. So, which I'm very grateful for. So, at the age of 14, I remember I was at the Sawgrass Mills Mall. For those of you who are not from Florida, it's one of the biggest malls in Fort Lauderdale, Sunrise. So I'm walking with a girlfriend and I'm feeling sick. And all of a sudden, she's like, you need to take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, no, I don't. But yes, so I found myself at 14 at the Sawgrass Mall taking a pregnancy test. So I discovered at that time that I was pregnant. I was so disconnected from everything, and even from myself, that, at that moment, I just thought that I would deal with it just like I did, and, with everything else in my life. And I would handle it as it, I would take care of it as it evolved and came and whatnot. So the thing was that things didn't turn around then, right? I continued in this circle of seeking for love, seeking identity in others, seeking to be accepted. And that really ruined a lot of good relationships that I had, and also with my ex-husband now, because I was always seeking for others to come fulfill me. And of course, there is nothing in this world that was going to fulfill me unless I was fulfilled within. And I realized that later on. So, to cut long story short, I was invited, at one point, very close friends, I was invited to visit a church. Now, I hate to admit this, but I grew up Catholic and I was an absolute atheist. And funny or just the way how God works and things work, at this time in my life, I went to that. I had always been followed and, by either visiting churches or things, and always rejected it. But this time in my life, I decided to attend. And so I did. And that is the moment my life changed. That was my Jesus moment, as I call it. And then I can tell you that I just found people who loved on me. And that's really what my soul was seeking for, just to be loved and to be accepted, not have to do anything for it, to earn it. And that's what I got. And that really allowed me to then discover my true identity, discover my value, discover and connect with my true self, with my core self. And then my purpose, I knew then that my entire life, my journey from the minute I was born, it was all just aligned to bring me to this place to acknowledge and be able to then serve through experience, through my journey, through my testimony, those women who are many of us, we just hold on, or whatever the reasons are, but many of us just really need to be set from our own misbeliefs of what we're internally telling ourselves. And so then In Touch Chic was born, and that's really the mission and the purpose of In Touch Chic, is until every woman realizes that she's perfectly beautiful by just being imperfect. It's fine.
And I love that because it's not about fashion. It's about packaging everything, and it's working from the inside out, which is why you've been as successful as you have very quickly. And it's not just styling. It's a full self branding, which is very cool. Which obviously I get into because I've got the branding firm, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. But a lot of people, some people when they hear what that is, they're going, wait, so it's clothes? And I'm like, no, just meter, and it's really, really neat. So moving on, because you were very heart-centered.
Oh, wait, by the way, my son is alive. Okay, he's 18. And I have another beautiful daughter. She's 12. Just wanted to make that clear.
That is amazing.
He's in the world.
Wow. All right. So,
and they're awesome kids.
Anyway, so because if you were to talk to somebody who is looking to start, because all these viewers are here looking to start or grow a business, what would be the one thing you would tell them to implement right now to be successful?
Most importantly, to be very clear on their passion and the outcome or end vision that they have. I think that's key. The other thing, get ready. This shit ain't easy. But what is?
Right. Absolutely. Well, so going from there, I want to hear why do you keep on doing it if it's not easy?
Because it's what I love, and anything else that I do aside from it doesn't have meaning. And I am a type of person that my life needs to have meaning. I need to be making a difference, impacting. And so being so clear on the need that's out there and my passion, that's why I keep doing it. And I go on this roller coaster, and it doesn't matter because I just love it. I love it. And whatever I choose to do, there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be something. So why would I do something that I'm not passionate about?
Yes.
I rather do what I am passionate
about. So, all right. So most successful people have some sort of a daily routine or a ritual.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what yours is, but if you have one, could you share it?
Absolutely. So I get up early in the morning, and before I get into any electronics, I choose to pray and meditate. That is the first thing because...
That's the atheist.
Huh? That's the atheist, yeah.
All right, okay.
The past atheist.
The past atheist.
And that's what I do. For me, it's key to get connected and be present, to be able to take on what the day has and the challenges or great things that are to come, right? But and as I've been reading books, like obviously I didn't invent this ritual. You read all the books in the world, and every successful person tells you that it is very important to have exercise in the morning. I'm not saying I exercise every morning, but I do have a connection and time with my core self to be present and aware.
I like it. That works.
Yes.
So not a totally set schedule, but you've got your rituals and you follow.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And I drink water as the first minute I wake up.
Do you really?
My system. Yeah, absolutely.
I need to get better at that. I need to get so much better about that. I know I should do it. I just never do. So, all right.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
I know. What is the number one thing that will prevent burnout? Because now I know that you have a ritual, and I have seen your highs, your lows. I've seen a lot. Like you've gone through, and the reason why I wanted you to be a part of this is because you have the mindset of the people that I've been interviewing that have already reached that 7-figure mark, right? And right now you're sustaining and you're building, but you've got this mindset where you will not fail. And I know that, and I recognized it in you. And that's why I wanted to ask you specifically, for the people that are looking to start their companies, what's going to prevent burnout?
So you've seen my highs and my lows, and what I've learned from my lows, especially this year, is to really stick to my values. And so as you decide to build your business, as you decide to move forward with this hobby, passion, and really make a real business out of it, identify what are your core values, not just for yourself, but in business, right? And anything that's outside of that, it's not for you. And that is my biggest lesson. That will keep you connected to your purpose. Mm-hmm. It would keep you motivated to the reason why you're doing what you're doing and why you're going through, why are you putting yourself in this situation to go through, you know, to fulfill this dream and this passion. So values are key.
Love it. All right. So then last question, if you could tell our listeners to do only one thing to grow their business, what would it be?
Position your brand to the market that you want to attract.
Yep.
And so your image, how you present yourself, how you position your brand out there is key to really start building that tribe and that following.
Got it. And you also work with corporations as well, yeah? Where you're going in and actually coaching their workforce, their sales team, their leadership on how to present themselves either internally and externally in meetings and on stage and public appearances, because it all matters just as you were saying with the branding.
Absolutely. Yes. I work with, like you said, and what, you know, speakers, coaches, and even corporations. And really what I bring, the message that I bring is that first impression is key. Yep. And it's very important to stand out by fitting in perfectly. And so what that means is that
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
You stand out by fitting in perfectly in that environment.
Oh.
And so our wardrobe, our image, how we present ourselves, the colors that we wear psychologically attract, you know, or express a message, different messages. And so what we do is identify who your target audience is, you know, who you're working, like who do you want to attract? What industry are you in? And so then now with your authenticity and your own personal style, we build that wardrobe that's going to attract that, and it's going to allow to that person in a networking or wherever you're at say, ooh, I want to know that person, just because of how you're presenting yourself. And it's not about fashion, and it's not about brands, and it's just how you're putting yourself out there before they even get to talk to you.
I love that.
How smart you are.
And it all is connected. So later tonight, I am going to be including a link that you have graciously provided for everybody that is attending this.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me a little bit about what that is, so that they can look forward to it?
Absolutely. So I just finished creating a 7-day color exploration challenge. And it is absolutely complimentary. So it's for everybody who wants to start exploring this area of their lives and really take it to the next level. The challenge, it's a 7-day challenge, like I said, and we get to explore colors. Some people are scared of colors. You know, we get to really discover if your undertones, and then to help you expand now and start trying out different things or colors or metals that you just weren't doing or using because you don't know, and you don't really know the reason why they don't look good. And so as you go through this challenge, you're going to get so much clarity. You'll get to really...
Only for women?
The challenge is for women, but actually men can take it. I mean, the graphics and everything, it's women oriented, but it's totally for everybody, you know, men and women.
Cool. Very cool. Well, Anna Maria, thank you so much for joining. As you can see, it's getting dark where I am, and there's a dog in the background that needs to get But thank you so much for being a part of this. And I think you're going to give a different viewpoint into where the entrepreneurial spirit takes you and what levels people are hitting, and that there's a very similar mindset and a very at least through my interviews, and I've been very humbled by all of the people that I've gotten to interview. It's been great. But there's been some moments where you see a lot of similarities between the successes, and it's cool to hear. So thank you.
No, thank you so much. This is wonderful. And it is, it is my purpose to serve. And if whatever I can share to help those who are in the process or right about to start their dreams, hey, it's every stage there's going to be a growth, and so it's never ending, but it's wonderful. There's nothing more fulfilling than doing what you love and being able to impact those lives. So that being said, this has been a lovely, lovely interview. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.